My name is Jason Setzer. My friends call me Iceman. I am a charity rider for Mile Monsters Inc. and we do rides all over the country. We do all kinds of challenges trying to raise awareness and attention for Duchenne muscular dystrophy, which is a disease. It's a muscle wasting disease that affects primarily boys. I'm super passionate about Mile Monsters, and I'm also super passionate about riding my motorcycle. And gear is always at the top of the list whenever you're having conversations with your motorcycle peers. What do you use? What kind of bags do you use? How do you do this? How do you do that? I do this, whatever. So I'm going to talk to you today a little bit about my bag of choice, which is the Nelson Rig Hurricane Dry Bags. They saved my butt on the Hoka Hay, and they've changed the way I am approaching setting up my bike for the next one. After 120-ish thousand miles just on this bike, there's one thing that I don't think is going to change, and that's Nelson Rig's Hurricane Series bags. These things are amazing. So I've changed everything on this bike, I don't know how many times. I have different setups for different occasions and just different things that I'm trying out. But one thing that I'm just tired of dealing with is quality gear, but you got to stop and put a rainfly on it whenever it starts raining. I run through a lot of rain. So these dry bags are just that, they're dry. So I just kind of wanted to give you a little shot of how I use them and how they operate, which, I mean, it's really simple, but I'm pretty happy with them. So let's check them out. What's really nice about these is, like, I shouldn't, but I take my riding jacket on an awful lot or whatever I need quick access to. These nets are awesome. So you're gonna need a dry bag for whatever different reasons. What I like to do is I like to keep everything that has to do with my sleeping in here. So I'm not fishing around in any of my other bags for it. When it's time to go to bed, all I need to do is grab this bag and get to work. So depending on how long I'm gonna be sleeping, depends on what kind of gear I'm gonna use to be sleeping. You know, I've got everything in here that I'll ever need, from a tent to a mattress, cot, whatever. So these straps here, just 2 straps, and that's it. Now that I got a good camping spot, what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna open up my bag and get out things that I need. Ready? So this bag comes, and I don't use them, but it comes with stiffeners that you put in the sides. And what it does is it creates more of a duffel bag structure, and it won't collapse like I have it. But personally, what I like to do is whenever I'm ready to go, you know, I don't want that structure in here, because I want this to condense as much as possible. It still looks like a duffel bag, but you don't have that plastic. They're hard plastic liners. I should have probably brought them, but I don't personally use them. However, they do send them with the bags. So this material is like, it's like, you know, it's PVC, but it's so stout. You know, it's not like you're gonna accidentally poke it. It's really solid build. So yeah, I got all my sleeping gear in here. I'm gonna grab something out of here and get ready to go to bed. So what's nice about these bags also is that there's this really thick webbing stitched into the top, so it makes for a good starting point. They also have the pressure valve in here, so whenever you start rolling up, you'll probably hear it. It starts to let air out, and so just give this thing a few rolls. I like to get as much air out as possible. Just, I don't want a big bulky bag on the back of my bike. Tighten it down. Simple as that. Ready to get back on the road. So again, these straps that they send, they're not junk. I mean, they're solid quality webbing. They're not gonna fray on you. Not gonna come apart. You're not gonna lose your gear. And just because, I'll run it through one of those things. One of those loops. The other thing I'll do here is, as I'm getting ready to cinch all this down, is I'll open this valve back up, and then I'll use this to really cinch it down and get more air out. But don't forget to tighten it back up because it will leak. Ready to go, hit the road. So the newest addition to my Nelson rig setup is this bag right here. It's a round bag, and it works the same way. It's a dry bag. It's made out of really heavy duty PVC. Same, you know, roll top, same awesome stitching in the top, same valve. Everything works the same, right? It's just a different style bag. These were made for adventure bikes, which this is kind of an adventure bike, but the purpose of this bag, I'm not gonna tell you yet because I'm just starting to test to see if it's gonna work. But basically, I want to have it set up like this, and so yeah. But I'm pretty excited about it because I think it's gonna be just what I'm looking for personally. But I'm such a fan of these bags, I'm adding to the collection. So this right here, this crash bar bag, this is the bags. I had one on each when I ran the Hoka Hay, and these are the bags that really kind of changed my thinking about how I want to set everything up. So I wrecked during the Hoka Hay on day 2, and I had a bag on both sides. When I wiped out, both sides of my bike hit the ground, right? So I low-sided and the bike flipped over and hit the other side. Both bags, I didn't even realize, both bags, not only were they still there, they didn't tear, they didn't have any holes in them, and they were completely dry. And it didn't occur to me until I actually hit Canada that these bags survived a pretty gnarly little wreck. And so I started giving them more thought, you know, like, hey, this is a really solid product. That's one, but two, just how these bags work is just better for the way I ride. So this specific bag right here, it stays on the tank bag, or it stays on the crash bars here. It has the same webbing here at the top. It has the same heavy duty PVC. And in here, what I have are these octane boosters. And they just sit right there. You know, I've always got them ready to go. You know, anything under 91 octane, I take one of those things and I dump it in here. It sounds dumb, but when we ran through Canada, and even a lot of places up north, they don't have 91 octane. So, you know, that's important for me. So that's all this bag is for, is that one thing. But it's, you know, it lives there. I don't even know it's there most of the time until I need, you know, I need some boosters. If you want to save 20% on anything Nelson rig, go to nelsonrig.com, use the promo code Iceman, save yourself 20%.